Well, hello everyone. Well, today I'm going to do something that I usually don't do, which is I'm going to try to talk while I'm flying. So, usually when I do these flight videos, I basically don't talk because I'm too busy focusing. So, what I'm going to try today is to see if I can actually do two things at a time, which I think is a good exercise, which is to try to fly, of course, without crashing, hopefully, while I'm flying. Now, one tip that I've heard, and I think I heard this from Augie, but I'm not sure, is that you should try to practice while you're like watching a movie or something, or doing something on the side that's keeping your mind trying to do two things at twice, because the idea is that you need to try to have muscle memory. So if your if your muscle memory is good enough, you basically shouldn't be thinking about what you're doing. You should just be thinking about what you want to do next and what type of maneuver you want to go into. But you shouldn't really be thinking about what are you gonna do. And you see, I lost my timing there on the TikToks because I need to focus a little bit more when I do that. So, um, whoa. So I would like to have something like really cool to say, but I'm just gonna be trying to do, a little bit of orientation training. So, changing orientations from one to the other, and, trying to pirouette a little bit, try to use the rudder, and try to use different orientations. So, for example, let's go here in a backward circuit, and let's change to the other orientation of the circuit. Woohoo. And there you go. It's hard. It's hard as it is to try to, do these maneuvers, and now without having to think. But yeah, I mean, it's a good exercise because you really have to stop. You have to realize where you're not thinking, right? I mean, there's some maneuvers that I can do without thinking too much. This has become a little bit of something like an addiction. Well, no, not an addiction, a challenge, I guess, to try to get the piro flips. I know that I'm just doing kind of like the motion. I'm still not fully in control. And the thing that I have the most issues with is trying to control the pirouette. So, upwards, it's not too bad. If you can see, it went away from me and I can return it. But, you know, on the inverted side, that's much harder. And I have to think a lot about what I'm doing. As you can see, whew, it's a real challenge. I mean, anyone who's watching, you should try it. To try to see what you really have in muscle memory, right? I think it's a very good exercise. So, well, actually, funnels in that direction, regardless of if I'm talking or not, I still haven't practiced them much. Funnels in this direction, oh, they should be fairly. I should be fairly confident in those, but I lost a little bit of altitude there. Let's see if I can make them better now. And I still lose a lot of altitude on my funnels, which is what I've been noticing a lot also on, like, my real life flying, that I can't really control these tail down funnels as much as I used to. I remember that, I used to control these tail down funnels, not too bad. I mean, I'm no expert pilot, but it was not too bad, and for some reason I can control now these nose down funnels much better. Oh, I'm out of time. I'm 5 minutes. I didn't want to do too long of a video because some of you guys might get bored. And according to my YouTube statistics anyways, most of you don't stick around till the end. So I'm gonna cut it here. But, just wanted to give you this quick tip. Try to do something else, watch a movie, talk, do something else while you're practicing, and see how much you have really nailed down, and on muscle memory. You should be able to do all your orientations, and if there's an orientation that's particularly difficult to hold, that would probably be a good pointer for you to try to you know work a little bit more on that particular orientation, because if you cannot hold it while you're doing something else like talking, watching TV, or whatever, then you probably should consider practicing that orientation more, because that's going to be definitely a weakness of you. Okay, so I hope that this little tip helped. I had not planned to make this video like an instructional video, but I guess in the end it ended up being like that. So if you stuck out this far, thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.